Donnie, any NHL team whose farm club wins the Calder Cup is a big deal. It's a really good sign for an organization that they're doing things the right way at the American Hockey League level, the development level, the coaching down there, the players. I don't know where to start to give thank yous. Or no, good jobs, well
you're
done.
part of the organization?
Stop, Don, stop. What I meant was, when you give credit, everybody's giving credit to Manny Malhotra. Oh, Manny. The guy that put this team together and the guy that's been doing the grunt work and the guy that has taken two teams to the Calder Cup for Vancouver is General Manager Ryan Johnson. A year ago, Don, this coaching staff wasn't even in place. He has a complete new coaching staff. He went out and got the third line via trades. He did a lot of the grunt work. Ryan Johnson, I think, all people talk about is Manny.
Well, he's
which
front
is
and
great.
center because you see him all the time.
Yeah.
He's talked to all the time.
No.
He's interviewed all the time. Ryan's not, so you can understand that. But if I
go
may,
ahead. Go ahead.
We talk a lot about Manny Malhotra, and we'll talk about him more as the show goes on.
Yeah.
But nobody is talking. You're right here.
Yeah.
You know what? Manny Malhotra, is he going to Dallas? Boy, he's got such a bright future.
Yeah.
What a first year as an AHL head coach. But Ryan Johnson is somebody the Canucks have to be worried about losing too, I would think.
You nailed it. You talk to people around the hockey world, you won't find anybody that says a bad word about Ryan Johnson, including his players, including his coaching staff, including the Canucks. When Rutherford and Alvin got here, the one guy that helped them the most in the transition for these guys, I'm talking in the first few weeks and first few months, they could have got rid of Ryan Johnson. They didn't get rid of Ryan Johnson. And Rutherford, I remember saying, the one guy that's helped us the most is absolutely Ryan Johnson. You know what, Donnie? I don't know how much longer they can keep that guy in the organization. And Chase Waters never gets enough credit, Don. He's a really good captain, and he's a young captain in the American League. But this is just so nice to see for the Canucks organization. It's a really, really big thing for your club to win the Calder Cup in the American Hockey League. And now the question, Donnie, is going to be who makes the step up to the Vancouver Canucks next year. And we can all guess and we can all predict, but the bottom line is you go to training camp, you got to earn a spot, bottom line.
So I'm a fan of Sammy Blais. You know that. And part of the reason is I realize he's not going to win the Art Ross Trophy.
Yeah.
I realize that.
He's got a role.
I like players, and I think the Canucks need players with grit, players who hit other players. You're still allowed to do that in pro hockey, and people who bring the arena alive. And I'm not saying he's a shoe-in to make it, but I'm just saying I think a lot of people would like to see it. The other thing that we heard a lot of, we saw a lot of on Twitter last night, was that first line, or their most effective line.
Yeah.
Carlson, Baines, Sasson, and what about them as a third or fourth line next year? Just a thought.
Yep.
Just a thought. And these are players with NHL experience. They certainly helped their cause last night and throughout the spring.
Here's the problem these players have. The Vancouver Canucks are on the verge of making some possible trades. July 1st comes, they've got $12 million. Okay, if Besser doesn't return, they got $18 million. You may think one of these guys has got a spot today. The Vancouver Canucks can go and spend that $18 million.
Of course, yeah.
And boom, all these guys are going, holy smokes, there goes my spot. It's a cruel business, hockey, pro sports. You may think you got a spot. Then the Canucks go out and spend a ton of money on July 1st, and you think, how am I going to make this team now? And plus, look at the Canucks blue line right now. You tell me, other than the third pair right shot, you tell me if there's an oopening on the defense. There's not.
Sure, but there's the other angle to this, and Kudryavtsev impressed a lot of people.
Yeah,
so did Mancini. This will help those players, and this is another scenario. Their trade value, Rick.
Yeah, that's true.
It can't hurt it. That's
Great
for
point.
sure.
Great point. This Calder Cup final would have been heavily scouted by the National Hockey League with pro scouts. So, you know what?
That guy's going to be on the Canuck roster, Carlson, next year.
Oh, the Carlson's the guy.
And
nobody talks about Max Sasson enough and his speed. I just love that guy. I think that guy could, at least start out the season in Vancouver.
And then you see Artur Silovs carrying the Calder Cup there. And that leads to the question, what do the Canucks do with their – speaking of trades – is a Lankin and Silovs combination at the NHL level a possibility? I know Silovs did not have a great experience in the NHL this past season, American Hockey League was another story.
Yeah.
But do you not at least think about it a little bit about a Demko trade because of this? You've got Lankinen locked up on a multi-year contract. Again, just a thought. You've got a lot of pleasant problems here.
That's right. And the only goaltender I can guarantee that will be in Vancouver next year is Lankinen. I can tell you that Kevin Lankinen will be in Vancouver. He's not going anywhere. The other two I can't tell you right now. I can't tell you where Demko is going to be, and I can't tell you where Seelov is going to be. But we should find out about Demko soon. His contract numbers, they got to get to him. They got to get to him, Don, and find out what he wants in extension. If it's too high, got to move him.